Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to another episode of Your Soul Essentials. Today we are going to talk about Uranus in Gemini. It is the awakening of the mind, the nervous system, and the soul. There are moments in time where something shifts quietly beneath the surface. And then there are moments where the entire field begins to reorganize itself. And this is one of those moments. We are entering the frequency of Uranus and Gemini. And this is not just another transit. This is an activation of the human mind, of the nervous system, of the very way that consciousness moves through us. So today I want to guide you through this energy, not just astrologically, but energetically, spiritually, and personally. Because this is not only happening around you, it is happening through you. So what does Uranus really mean? Well, let's slow this down and really feel into it. Uranus is often described as the planet of change, but that is only the surface. Uranus is the lightning strike of awareness. It is the moment something breaks open, the frequency of truth that can no longer be ignored. It is the deep, undeniable impulse towards liberation. It doesn't evolve slowly. It interrupts. It doesn't ask. It activates. It is the energy that looks at you and says, "You are ready now." And then we have Gemini. This is the bridge between worlds. Now bring this all into the sign of Gemini. Like I said, it is the bridge between worlds. And Gemini is not just about communication. It is the bridge between the inner and the outer world, between thought and expression, and also between mind and reality. Gemini is the messenger, the translator of frequency into language. So when the planet or the energy of Uranus is moving through the sign of Gemini, something profound begins to happen. The way we think starts to change. The speed of information accelerates, and the nervous system becomes more sensitive and more receptive. And new forms of communication begin to emerge, in forms we may not even have the words for yet. And this is not about technology. This is about intuitive cognition, multidimensional perception, a kind of knowing that arrives before the mind has even had time to process it. You may notice thoughts arriving suddenly, already fully formed, and insights that feel downloaded rather than reasoned through. A sense that your mind is opening in directions it has never quite gone before. And this is Uranus in Gemini. And how long does this transit last? This transit begins right now, at the end of April 2026, and it unfolds over the next several years, with Uranus moving through Gemini all the way around until 2033. So this is not a fleeting moment. This is a long cycle of awakening that we are stepping into together. You can say it is the collective field versus your personal experience. And this is something important I want to bring in. Now, this transit is happening for everyone. It is a part of a collective evolution, but and this is very essential, you are not experiencing the collective directly. You are experiencing it through your own personal blueprint. And think of it like this. The transit is just like a wave, and your chart is how that wave moves through you. And that movement is happening through your houses. Or you can say it like this. This is where it becomes personal. And I want you to take you on a little journey through the houses now, because this is where the energy becomes truly yours. And as we move through each house, you may begin to recognize where this is already active in your life. I'll share what this transit can bring, where it may feel as challenging, and how you can stay grounded as things are unfolding. Let us take a look at the first house. It is all about identity awakening. And this is the house of rebirth of self. You may feel a strong urge to break free from who you thought you had to be, to step into something truer and more authentically yours. What does the transit brings you in the first house? A deeper connection to your individuality and the courage to reinvent yourself, and a more honest way of showing up in the world. Of course, there is also a shadow side, and when things feel overwhelming, it can give you restlessness, impulsive decisions, or a sense of not knowing who you are anymore. And we can stay balanced, of course. And how to do that is to move your body regularly. Take walks, ground yourself, allow the change, but don't rush the decisions. And when things feel too fast, come back to your breath. Let's take a look at the second house. It is all about the value system reset. Think about your relationship with money, stability, and self-worth begins to shift. Old beliefs about scarcity or what you deserve starts to loosen. It can bring new income streams of ideas, greater freedom from old financial patterns, and maybe a sense of worth that comes from within rather than from what you have. Of course, the shadow side of the second house is financial instability, impulsive spending, or a feeling of being unsafe or unsupported. We can stay balanced by simply create a simple financial structure, reconnect with what truly matters to you, and practice gratitude for what is already present. Now let's take a look at the third house. This is all about mental expansion. Your mind becomes more active, more intuitive, and more open. And this third house is a powerful house for Uranus and Gemini, because it is Gemini's natural home. It can bring you rapid insights and downloads, new ways of thinking and communicating, and an expanded curiosity about life. The shadow side is being mental overwhelmed, having anxiety or a scattered focus that makes it hard to land anywhere. And how we can stay balanced is just simply limit your information intake. Take breaks from screens, write or journal to let the mind clear and settle. When we look at the fourth house, it is all about emotional and the inner foundation. Your inner world and your sense of home begins to shift. Old emotional patterns, often rooted in family and childhood, are ready to be seen and released. It can bring you emotional liberation, healing of deep family patterns, and the possibility of creating a new home, inner and outer, that truly reflects who you are. The shadow side is emotional instability, sudden changes in your living situation, or a feeling of being uprooted. And we can stay balanced by simply create a calm and a safe space at home. Connect with grounding rituals and allow your emotions to move through you without reacting immediately. The fifth house is about creative liberation. Your creative energy wants to move freely again. And this is an invitation back into joy, play, and authentic self-expression. It can bring you new creative channels that are opening, or the spontaneity is returning, and a more open and playful heart in love and connection. The shadow side of the fifth house is inconsistency in your creative flow, restlessness and romance, or seeking constant stimulation without finding real depth. We can stay balanced by simply create without pressure. Stay connected to what generally brings you joy, and allow yourself to have fun without needing it to always to be extraordinary. When we move to the sixth house, this is an area of daily life and the nervous system. It is about your routines, your health patterns, and the way you structure your days are all being upgraded. It can bring you new, more flexible ways of working and living, a growing awareness of your body and nervous system, and more freedom in how you move through your days. The shadow side of it can be like a burnout, or a nervous system being overloaded, irregular routines, or having difficulty with focusing. We can stay balanced by prioritize rest and rhythm above all. Support your nervous system with breath work, time in nature, and simple, flexible routines that you can actually maintain. When we look in the seventh house, it is all about relationships that are awakening. It is that your relationships become mirrors for growth and freedom, and the way you connect with others and what you need from those connections begins to evolve. It can bring us more authentic connections, new kinds of relationships, and greater honesty and openness in how you relate. And the shadow side of the seventh house is sudden endings or instability, fear of commitment or closeness, or attracting unpredictable partners. We can stay balanced by communicate openly and honestly. Give space without disconnecting. And remember to stay connected to yourself within your relationships and not just to the other person. When we move into the eighth house, it is all about deep transformation. And this is a powerful inner transformation process. Things that have been buried, patterns, fears, old pain are ready to be met and released. It can bring us emotional depth and healing, and the release of old patterns, and a stronger connection to your intuition and inner knowing. The shadow side of it is emotional intensity or being overwhelmed, having fear of loss, or having the feeling of losing control, a restlessness that lives deep inside of us. And to stay balanced is just like move slowly through the emotional processes. Trust the transformation, even when you can't see where it is taking you. And create a safe space or spaces in your life for vulnerability. The 9th house is all about expansion of beliefs. It is that your worldview begins to open and to evolve. Things you thought were fixed, like beliefs about life, spirituality, meaning, they become more fluid and spacious. It can bring us new perspectives and insights, spiritual and philosophical growth, and a renewed curiosity about what life actually is. The shadow is all about confusion about what you believe, a tendency to reject everything too quickly, or just feeling lost without a clear direction. We can stay balanced by staying open and staying grounded. Integrate what resonates slowly and trust your inner compass, even when the path is not yet clear. Let's move into the 10th house. It is the house about career and life direction. Your outer life and your sense of purpose begins to shift, and you may feel a calling towards something more aligned, more visible, more truly yours. It can bring us new opportunities and directions, a deeper desire to follow your true calling, and a more authentic way of being seen in the world. Of course, the shadow side of the 10th house can be instability in career, sudden changes or uncertainty, or having a pressure to make big decisions before you are ready. We can stay balanced by just simply take changes step by step. Stay connected to your long-term vision and allow your path to evolve without forcing it. The 11th house is all about community and future vision. Your connections and your vision for the future can evolve, and the people around you and the direction you are moving in begins to shift. It brings you new communities that feels more aligned, fresh ideas about where you are heading, an inspiration that comes through genuine connection. Of course, the shadow side is feeling disconnected from old groups, uncertainty about direction, or friendships that feel suddenly unstable. And we can stay balanced by allow your connections to evolve naturally. Stay open to new people and focus on shared values rather than just shared excitement. And the 12th house is all about inner awakening. And this is a deep inner and spiritual activation. The invisible layers of your life, the subconscious, the spiritual, and the unseen, are being stirred. It can bring us heightened intuition, a stronger connection to your inner guidance, and deep subconscious healing. And the shadow side of it is feeling lost or disconnected, or feeling overwhelmed from inner experiences, or even having a pull towards escapism or withdrawal. And we can stay balanced by spending time in silence and stillness. Ground yourself through nature and trust what unfolds, even when you don't fully understand it yet. Now let's take a step deeper. Of course, Uranus can also connect to your natal planets. And the house shows where the energy is moving, but the aspects shows us where it strikes directly. So if Uranus connects to your natal planets during this transit, it activates them. This can feel like a sudden realization, an emotional release, an unexpected life change, a breakthrough, or sometimes a breakdown that is actually clearing the way. Let me give you some examples. If Uranus aspects your Mercury, your thinking accelerates and insights come rapidly. Or if Uranus is touching your Venus, relationships or values can shift in unexpected ways. And if this transit is connecting to your moon, emotional patterns break open. You find yourself feeling more, but also feeling freer. A connection to your sun is an awakening of your identity itself. And if it aspects your midheaven, your entire life direction may change, and suddenly and unmistakably. So these are the moments of activation. Moments where life looks at you and says, "It is time." And besides this, there is also an energetic and a spiritual layer during this transit. And that is something that deeper is happening. And this is not just a mental transit, it is a frequency upgrade. You may find yourself feeling more sensitive, more aware, more connected to subtle energies you couldn't quite access before. Your nervous system is learning to hold more information, and your mind is learning to receive, not just to process it. And this is where the intuition increases, where synchronicities accelerate, and where awareness begins to expand beyond linear thinking. This is the opening into a more multidimensional way of perceiving reality. And right now, as Uranus begins its journey through Gemini, we are also moving through the energetic field of the Pleiades, a star cluster known for heightened sensitivity and intuitive awakening. This amplifies the Uranian effect. And we are not just thinking differently. We are feeling and receiving on a much deeper level. I also want to touch on something from the galactic astrology point of view that makes this moment even more layered. And right now, at the end of April, the Sun is moving through early sign of Taurus. And on a galactic level, this area is connected to some very significant stars and clusters. The Pleiades cluster sits right at the threshold between Taurus and Gemini, around 29 degrees of Taurus and 0 degrees of Gemini, which means it is bridging directly into the Uranus in Gemini field. Energetically, the Pleiades brings heightened sensitivity, emotional and psychic openings, connection to higher frequency guidance, and sometimes a feeling of receiving just too much at once. This is perfectly in alignment with everything Uranus in Gemini is activating, like nervous system awakening, expanded perception, intuitive downloads arriving faster than the mind can keep up with. And as Uranus moves faster through Gemini, there is another star that becomes increasingly important. It is the star Aldebaran, positioned around 9 degrees of Gemini in the Taurus constellation. Aldebaran is one of the royal stars of Persia, and its themes are integrity, truth, alignment with higher laws, and the courage to walk your own path. Combined with Uranus, this brings sudden truth revelations, an impulse to speak what has been unspeakable, and a deeper push towards radical authenticity. Now, how can we explore this in our own chart? Or how can we work with all of this information? And that is the question that it becomes. Where is this happening for you? Well, to understand that, you need to look at your personal chart. I recommend using the Galactic Astrochart software created by Julia Belas, and you can find more information in the description below this video. This tool allows you to locate Gemini in your chart and see which house is being activated and explore the deeper layers of your soul blueprint. And this is where astrology stops being general and becomes truly personal. And if you are feeling this shift, if things are changing faster than you expected, you are not alone. And you don't have to navigate this blindly. In my soul readings, we explore exactly how this transit is affecting you personally, what it is asking you to release or to step into, and how you can work with this energy rather than feel swept away by it. If you feel called, you can find more information below this video description. My dear beautiful soul, this is a time of awakening, not the gentle, quiet kind, but the kind that shifts you into a new version of yourself, sometimes gently and sometimes all at once. And even when it feels uncertain, trust that something intelligent is moving through you. You are not losing control. You are expanding your awareness, and your chart is holding the map for that journey. I thank you so much for being here and for sharing this space with me, and I truly appreciate your presence. If this resonated with you, I would love to welcome you in the next episode. Take gentle care of yourself during this time of change, and I will see you very soon.